Hi, today I'm talking about using crop sensor lenses on Canon's full frame mirrorless cameras. If you're upgrading from a Canon crop sensor DSLR and working with a small budget, or you're a vlogger, it's definitely worth considering keeping your crop sensor lenses. By crop sensor lenses, I'm specifically talking about Canon's EF-S lenses, like this one. They're small, light and cheap, but you can't just mount a Canon EF-S crop sensor lens on a Canon full frame DSLR. This is because the EF-S lens has a plastic bumper that protects the rear element of the lens. Full frame lenses like this EF-85mm has the same flange but not the extra plastic part. So you can mount an EF lens on a crop sensor DSLR, but you can't mount an EF-S lens on a full frame DSLR because of that protruding plastic part. It gets in the way. However, it's a different story with Canon's RF mount full frame mirrorless cameras. These cameras are backward compatible with both EF and EF-S lenses. All you need is one of Canon's EF to RF lens adapters. Now, these crop sensor lenses produce a smaller image circle than a full frame lens. So when attached to your full frame EOS R series camera, the image formed by the EF-S lens won't cover the sides of your sensor. Normally that's okay because the camera knows that an EF-S lens is attached and automatically applies a 1.6 times crop to the image. So why use a crop sensor lens on a full frame EOS R series mirrorless camera? Well, first, if you're upgrading from a Canon crop sensor DSLR to a full frame mirrorless camera, you can keep your EF-S lenses at least until you can afford the expensive RFL glass. If you're a vlogger, you could put this EF-S 10 to 18mm lens on your camera and shoot in 4K at up to 60 frames a second on some of the mirrorless cameras. Also, these crop sensor lenses are very affordable with pretty impressive image quality. In fact, I think this EF-S lens at 16mm is sharper in the corners than the new RF 16mm f2.8. Yes, the RF lens is faster than the 10 to 18mm lens, but it doesn't have image stabilization like this one does. So when you adapt the EF-S lens for video, you'll get sharp and smooth looking 4K footage, even handheld. Now, if you're a photographer and you only share your images on social media, then these crop sensor lenses will work fine for you, but less so if you need to make large quality prints. That's because the camera applies a 1.6 times crop, so you'll lose a lot of pixels. An EOS R effectively goes from 30 megapixels to 11.4 megapixels. An R6 goes from 20 to 7.6, and an R5 from 45 to 17.1. So there you have it. If you're transitioning from a Canon crop sensor DSLR to a full frame mirrorless camera, or a vlogger, or you just need to share images on social media, sticking with crop sensor lenses may be right for you, especially if you're on a budget. The images and footage look great, the lenses are small and lightweight, and they're really affordable. That's it for today. Please like, share and subscribe if you found this video useful. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any new videos, hit that notification bell. Finally, you can find in-depth articles on my website, DIYvideostudio.com. I'll put a link in the description. I wish you well and look forward to seeing you again next time.